Sweet communion, Jesus is a friend of mine. Friendship with Jesus, fellowship divine. Oh, what blessed sweet communion, Jesus is a friend of mine. Viewers, I welcome you once again in the name of the Lord. From wherever you're watching me, I can assure you that after listening to this message, your life will not remain the same. Your relationship will improve. All those ups and downs will not experience them again. I can assure you. Share these videos to your friends. Let it heal their homes and heal their relationships. Share these videos. Subscribe to our channels. Go to our YouTube and subscribe and share and like it. Go to our Facebook wall and follow it up and share it. Go to our WhatsApp and do same. Share it, like it. It will help you and it will help us to spread this message better. Once again, I am your online pastor, Reverend Barrister Benjamin Chinekukalo. And I want to continue with the series I started last time on love, sex, relationship. How it affects you, how it will heal you, how it will help you. And without going too far, let me just take the last phrase that I made before I continue with today's message. I was talking about that some people feel inferior sexually. Some people feel very inferior sexually, and because of such inferiority, so they go into drugs. Because of, you see, a guy will take drug because he cannot talk before people, he cannot talk before a girl. He will take drug to feel high. That is sign of inferiority complex. Some people take alcohol, they want to feel high. Some people go into illicit sex because they feel they want to belong. I'm not being appreciated the way I ought to be appreciated. Some people go into rape. Why can't I talk to this girl? Am I inferior to her? I will make sure I bring her down. I should do everything, drug her. That is complex issues. Maybe they told you have the wrong color and it makes you feel inferior. Maybe they told you have a size of your body parts is small, it's too big. Part of the town you came from is bad, it has wrong name. Such false messages depress. But the message from God tells you, you are unique in your brain. You are unique in your fingerprints. You are unique in your brain waves. You are unique in your voice pattern. You are unique in your cornea of our eyes. You are unique in your DNA, shape of your ears. You are not a mass production. Let it get into your head. Check families. You see the ones that are too pretty physically, they don't have something upstairs. You see the one that is too intelligent. Her face may be a boxer with pimples everywhere. You see the one that does not have intelligence, does not have pretty face, but may have morals, may have plumpy body, may have beautiful shape. God is a unique creator. What he gives to you, he doesn't give to me. What he gives to me, he doesn't give to you. Stop feeling inferior about yourself. You're not a product of mass production. Either you follow the truth of the world or the truth of God, humanist, or God. African woman standard, God's standard. Today's girls go on Hollywood trousers and becomes odd. If you are seeking the world standard, you are saying, God, I don't like the way you made me. Most men and women has gone into bad habits to avoid being called a social reject. Let me wear skimpy wears the way others are wearing. so that they will see my little nyash, my little buttocks, and be attracted. Let me do what others are doing. You join others to smoke, you join others to have sex, you join others to rape, because you don't want to be called social reject. Some ladies go naked, half naked, to seduce, attract, to be admired. There are nothing in you, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that God misplaced. God never made a mistake. There's a hidden you that you have not discovered. That's why you're feeling inferior, because the other person has his own features, physical, and you have your own hidden. There's nothing in you, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that God misplaced, that led you into sin. Many complain of strong attraction to the opposite sex. I can't hold myself when I see the opposite sex. It is not demonic. It is the gift of God. But to lust and commit adultery is sinful. Sex and attraction is not just for baby, but for our pleasure. Do not abuse it. Sex and attraction is not just for you to make babies, but for our pleasure. Do not abuse it. It is your uniqueness, but change your character weakness. Fornication, stealing, bad temper is not uniqueness. Christ wants to remove it. There could be God-given attraction without sexual or romantic possibilities, but rather fulfillment in purpose and relationship. No spiritual height can remove opposite attraction. Even if you are the highest evangelist in the world, when you see the opposite, you must be attracted. Admiration with immorality is violation. It leads to adultery, it leads to homosexuality. Attraction does not imply consummation. Attraction leads to admiration. Does not make unspiritual. Bible recognizes Sarah's beauty. If you doubt it, go to Genesis 12, verse 14 and 15. Bible recognizes that the lady was too beautiful. Bible recognizes David's macho. 1 Samuel 16:12 is there. But not to start buying hints and boons, hot sexy magazines, Playboy. Love is not lust. It's not normal. Immorality is not of God. Galatians 5:19-21 outrightly condemned it. Looking at skirts or not cannot stop lusting. It is degrading and reducing one to less than unique and complete. Lust is a sin. Admiration, attraction is acknowledgement that it is pleasantry. Attraction plus selfish desire at the expense of another, devalue and degrading. Thinking what she will look like if she removes her clothes. We are valuable because of the image of God and for his fellowship. Imposing and inducing sexual desires without consent is embarrassing. Don't see others as objects of exploit, objects of sexuality. No. You have your unique, I have my unique. Overemphasis on physique is infatuation. Hey, look at that physique. You leave it. Assess the intellectual, assess the emotional, assess other features, assess the moral. From the inside shows the real whole person. Your value is assessed beyond that physique. You should be remembered for after your physique. Attraction should lead to deep, fulfilled, rewarding relationship. Romantic love does not come upon by force. You can control it. Don't be a victim of it, but a participant. Avoid romantic attachment to same-sex or already married people. The spirit of a prophet under a prophet. 1 Corinthians 14:29-33. Do not fall in or out. Control it. Don't fall in. Don't fall out. Control it. Listen, physical power You can punch, you can kill, you can give gifts, you can comfort. Intellectual power. You can manufacture, you can invent, you can help the sick, you can disable, you can plan diabolic crimes. Personality power. You can influence, you can manipulate. There are different kinds of beauties. Don't just assess somebody based on physical. There are other features. The same thing with sexual powers. Could be properly used for marriage. You could be properly abused, but cannot run dry because you are a Christian. God's good gifts ought to be channeled aright for its purpose and loving acts. Sex enhances and strengthens links in marriage, but could also link to wrong people and damage and hurt others. Wait until marriage. The old biblical teaching, especially to girls, goes with lingering evidence. You have gone too far, and we ought to explain why it is worth the wait. Sexual drive is a call and challenge to adulthood and responsibility. Listen, let me tell you, in today's world, it is now rampant. I'm on a date with him. You know what it means? I'm fornicating with this person. This is my partner in fornication. Everybody, in fact, parents have got to use to their children's dates. They don't call it fornication again. It's dates. I'm dating this guy. I dated him for 12 years. I dated him for 11 years. What? God's law for ultimate protection or else harm. Grow spiritually, grow emotionally and intellectually, as to understand the principles as well. 1 Corinthians 6:12-20. Maturity calls for growth in all this field. At Corinthians, two extremes exist. Some separate your body from total sex, marriage or not. They people like Paul said they have separated themselves completely from sex. Others, God will save our body at the resurrection morning. Therefore, let's do anything now. Two extremes. This one say, no, don't even touch me, don't get close to me, I'm going to heaven. The other one said, do everything now. God will save our body when he comes. From corruptible shall be made incorruptible. Our spirit permeates our bodies, making it a temple of the Holy Spirit. Our body is now part of the members of Christ. Where the heart of a man is, lies his treasure. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Sex cannot just be a physical thing. The spirit and the body permeates. Whether casual sex or sexual encounter or sex with love or commitment sex, don't need the test to test the card before buying it. Joining sexually without God joining attracts damages to the participants, not loyal and not loving. Let me explain this a little. 1 Corinthians made it clear that when you are having sex with that person, you have been joined spirit, soul, and body. Prostitute, you have been joined spirit, soul, and body. Americans made their research and they discovered that the person you've had sex with so much times has predominated your genes with his sperm. You dated this guy for 12 years. His sperm in your body has suppressed and predominates your gene. That's why sometimes when you even marry another person within the first 1 year, 2 years, the predominant sex sperm in that body is affecting you. That's pure science. Then come to physical reality. Psychologically, you are bonded with that person. Bond. That's why I saw a picture. You open somebody's heart. You see so many souls bonded with that person. So many spirits bonded with that person. You meet 20 persons, you are bonded with spirits from 20 persons. Don't you know you are of the same body, spirit, soul, and body with that person? That is what that verse is saying. Look at 1 Corinthians 6:18. 1 Corinthians 6:18. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. You're sinning against your own body. We're not talking about the sexual transmitted disease now. We're saying that even spiritually, you're in trouble. Psychologically, you are bonded. Sexual interaction outside marriage brings damage, brings wound, brings hurts at a deep level. Those sensual, ecstatic experience, yet it damages your emotion, it damages your intellect, it damages your will, it damages your spirit. Assumptions. You will soon get married. Love each other is unjustifiable. God knows it and said, bathe undefiled. Marriage is honorable and bathe undefiled. You see, there's another psychological principle that is established in this sex, love, and relationship. If you don't have a strong will when you were young, somebody talks to you into sex. After a few minutes, it talks you into sex. You have developed a broken will. Even if you get married tomorrow, you are vulnerable. You are soft to be caught. Anybody talks to you a little, you fall in again. But when you grew up with a strong will, when you grew up with a strong character, with a strong morals, you don't easily give in. It will follow you into marriage. It brings mind damage, soul damage, will damage. Let me explain. Mind damage, memories and sensation, they are disjointed and disconnected. Pattern is discontinued. The dreams, no further commitment or responsibility. After school, not ready to be a father, no pregnancy, inferior to you, depressive, just the fun and money, not the person. Damage is because of this disjoint. You see, you grew up with that memories and sensation. Just catch that fun and go your way. If the girl comes and say, see, pregnancy, say, go and take care of it. That is what you grew up with. You just want that memories and that sensation. You're already disjointed and disconnected. There is a pattern which you cannot even discontinue. No further commitment. You don't want to hear of commitment. You are a father to this person. Every day they'll tell you to bring money for this, bring money for that. You don't want it. It is an orientation you have given to yourself. No responsibility. In fact, your name is called irresponsible. So after school, you're not ready to be a father. You're not ready for pregnancy. You're inferior. It is inferior to you. You're depressive. Just the phone and the money, not the person. Mind damage. Then soul damage. Depressed, frustrated, trauma, upset, angry at others and situations, emotionally ripped off, apart from the order. Proverbs 6:27 and 28 talks about daughters of Zion. Don't steer sexual urges that you cannot stop. He said you can't scoop the fire. Don't start it when you cannot control it. Promiscuous. Because you are used to it, your soul is damaged. You are promiscuous. You fall in for this, you fall in for that. Any little place, you pull off your pants. Sexually active. Our generation insensitive, not adjusted, shallow personality, no inspiration, damages the person involved. You are hardened, you are shallow, you are angry, you are insecure. Let me use a brute language. Sorry. Now I told you that this topic, you don't handle it, it continues to hurt people. Some girls are so damaged that they've had sexual experience with so many men. You had sex with somebody that his dick is 12 inches or 14 inches, and you are no longer satisfied with that, you now had sex with somebody with 18 inches. You are used to him. You are now look for somebody with 24 inches, and tomorrow you get married, and you marry somebody with 16 inches. You are already in trouble. He goes into you. There's no satisfaction. There is nothing. Everything is like one little stick running through your body because you have over experienced. How are you going to readjust to what? No, your body is already widened. Same thing applicable to a man. You have tested a girl from the back, from the front, from the center, from this. You have tested triple girls at a time. And now they are telling you to marry and settle with one person. You are already damaged. That's why I said damaged. The person is damaged already. Hardened, shallow, angry, insecure. Will damage. First experience was tough. You were struggling to give in. Later, little pressure, you start falling in. Further, no will again. With time, you don't have a will again. You are tossed about. Anybody can pick you, you just open up. But when a lady feels violated, used, no consent, raped, though she gave consent the first time, so will guard sex. She will guard sex. But with time, she does not have the guard again. Sex outside marriage is uncommitted sex. Not ready for heavy duty, no witness, no exchange of vow, no responsibility. Seal the commitment with marriage vows. Sexual relationship ought to take place after public commitment. Outside it is unprotected sex. Marriage creates that spiritual protection. Sex with condom is even unprotected. Abandoning a woman after sex or marriage, abandoning pregnancy, abandoning children, make it unprotected sex. When you are raped by your dates, you feel unprotected. I will handle the remaining part of this topic in part 3. Don't fall into this illicit relationship. Remember the verse I told you. It is still running. That you should love yourself as your neighbor. Don't see the other person as an object of fantasy, object of exploitation, object for sex. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and love God with your whole heart. Don't forget, go to our YouTube channels and subscribe. Share it, like it. Go to our Facebook pages and follow us and accept us. God bless you. I remain your internet pastor, Reverend Barrister Benjamin Chinedu Khan. God bless you and bye.